Hi. Hello. Um, this is my first video, like full video. Hi. My name is Inky, or Inky Doll, and I draw a lot of stuff. Um, I'm really big in the Underverse fandom. Please don't, please don't bully me in the comments. And this is yeah my first full length voice over video. I'm still trying to get a hang of this voice over stuff. I'm really awkward when doing this. I'm sorry if it's like if it sounds weird. I'm using a headphone microphone, like the earbud microphones, because I don't have a real microphone because I can't afford it because it's a lot of money and I'm a student. So this is what we get to use. Please don't comment on it. Don't say anything. Nope. Not a word. Not a word. I started with Fell because he was the one that I actually had an idea for. Because I have no fucking clue what I'm gonna do for Swap and, like, Classic. I'm just gonna call him that. And yeah, I just. I knew what I was gonna do with him. I knew exactly what I was gonna do with him. So, there was that. When you. Okay, this is gonna say redesign in the title. When I mean redesign, I don't mean this is like a critique on the original design. I'm just saying this is more what it would look like in my style because I don't want this to be compared to like Has Been Hotel like redesigns because I'm not critiquing the designs in general. I'm just like I genuinely love these designs. I love the original designs, and this isn't a you should change this design. It's more of a like this is just what they kind of look like. I hope you understand that. I hope people understand that. I started with a sketch like you should always do, and I use like a kind of purpley blue, like a light purpley blue for my sketch color, if that, I don't know, means anything to anyone. But I like using that color because it looks very nice. And that is the only reason. But yeah, I did a headshot and then I did a full body shot and I did a chibi shot. And I forgot to add the fucking tail in the chibi shot. And I'm very mad that I didn't do that. But I'm not gonna go back and fix it because I've already spent 2 days on this. I'm not doing it again. I did look at the original design. Like, I had it up on my Pinterest on my phone, and I was looking at it, and I was like, okay, what's there? What's on the, like, character sheet notes? Yada, 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 etc., etc., etc. And like, you'll see mine is more, like, stylized, and it's not as much of a big change, except I gave him a tail because I think he deserves a tail. You know? I see it in a few like art styles and I'm like, "Oh my god, wait, that's so cute." So, and it was really fun to color. Like it was really fun to like render. I mean, shoot me. I don't really have any more like to say about the design because the sketch lasts a really really long time and um I guess I could talk about the sketch. The sketch process is always fun. I think it's fun because I like the brush I use. It's a telephone brush. Like it just has a telephone emoji on it, and I don't remember where I got it from. I think I found it on TikTok because I like followed an artist and I was like, "Wow, I really like your line stuff." And I stole their brush. Shout out to them. Awesome brush. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry if you heard that. That was really gross. But yeah, drawing like sketching out the fluff was fun. And then rendering the fluff. Rendering the fluff was so much fun. Um, yeah. For sketches, I always clean up my sketch afterwards because I just paint right over it. Because it's like, yeah, I don't do line art. Line art's boring. I, yeah, so I try and clean up my sketch as much as possible so it's at least slightly coherent. And then when I was rendering, I forgot to add the like sharp um zipper, which made me so mad because that was like the one thing that I really liked on the jacket. That and the embroidery, which you'll see later in the design. Um, I have thoughts on the embroidery. Okay, I could have done so much better, but Continuing on. Yeah, the embroidery, I liked the embroidery. I did do a different design. I didn't do a flower because that's a really bad flower. I did like a bone, like a like a whatchamacallit? The bone uh yeah. His shoes were a lot of fun. I thought I'd give him like kind of calm, like not combat boots, but like winter Converse, like the ones. I'm gonna just show a picture on screen because I'm tired of explaining things. Yeah, I decided to give him those, but I made them kind of similar to his original design's shoes because I like to pay homage to the original all the time. Unless it's Nightmare. I can't wait to redesign Nightmare. I'm probably not going to because I can never land on one that I like, but that's a tangent and I'm gonna just stop right there. Comment down below if you want me to redesign the Dream Twelve. Kill me! The Dreamtail Twins. Sorry about that. I stutter a lot. Um, Continuing on. Yeah, comment down below if you want me to redesign them. Or if you want me to redesign anyone else. Because I'm already doing the, classic trio. Um, I don't know how to draw papyrus, papyruses. All my years of being in that fandom, and I still don't know how to say the plural for papyrus. Anyway, um, I don't know how to draw him, but I will definitely try if you want me to redesign a papyrus variant. Or the original papyrus. Because I have notes. Just kidding. I love the original design. I think Papyrus is so awesome sauce, and he's such a cool guy. Do you agree? Better agree. Anyway, I gave Fel a scar over his mouth because I thought, like, he'd think he's so cool for having a scar. And for some reason, I always thought he had a scar on his face. Um, but he doesn't. Like, I couldn't find one. I know, like, Edge has one, which is. I still can't believe his name's Edge. That's what we named him? Edge? Continuing on. Um, I always thought I always thought Fel had a scar on his face, but he doesn't. So I decided to give him one because I don't know if you guys remember the comic dub where they were fighting and it was how Fel got his gold tooth and it was he like him and Papyrus were fighting when they were kids and Edge, guys, wait, stop. I'm not a fake fan. Him and Edge were fighting when they were kids, and Edge fucking headbutted him in the face and knocked out his tooth. I like to imagine he got a scar from that, and he always says like, "Oh yeah, I got in this crazy fight," and it was actually just like roughhousing with his little brother. Oh, we're getting to the rendering bit. Let's go. Sorry, I had to finish my thought. Um, I love rendering. The brush I use is a brush I also stole. Just kidding. It's not stealing. It's not stealing. I'm not okay. When I say I steal things, I don't mean that I'm actually like stealing. I mean that I like just use the same brush because it was on their page and I liked the way they like rendered, so I just used the same brush to get that effect. Um it's the brush from, oh my god, I don't know how to say their name. It's IURI. I'm just gonna put it on the screen. Yeah, I love their art. I love what they do. Yeah, the eyes specifically, they gave me a hard time because I kept looking at them and thinking they were too small, and maybe they are too small. But I was like, no, 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 trust the process. Don't even worry about it. Um, and I trusted the process, and I think they turned out good in the end. I love like rendering in general. I think it's so much fun. It makes me sad that I can't render like this in real life with the stuff I have. But it's whatever, I guess. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about this other than I like how it turned out, and we're not even at my favorite part yet. Um, Rendering a skull is always fun because I didn't know how to render skulls at first because I knew how to render skin, but I didn't know how to render skulls. So I kind of just, I don't know, went for it. I started with like the you saw in the beginning, I started with like kind of the creamy base, and then I uh, added like kind of a weird looking anime blush, and then I just blended it in and added as I went along, and it kind of added that depth. I really hope it did. And then for the like details, I added red. Oh my goodness, I added red. He wears makeup. I saw it another comic dub. I grew up on this shit. Another comic dub where he was, I don't even know if it was a dub, but it was, I just saw it, and it was, he was like putting red fuck me, eyeliner under his eye socket, and like Edge came in and he was like what are you doing or something like that. Yeah, I thought that was funny. So now he wears red eyeliner just like Shadow. Oh my gosh, speaking of Shadow, guys, I'm so excited for Sonic, the new one that's coming out. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4. I think it was 4. Yeah, it was 4. Um yeah, I'm excited. Anyone else excited for Hamilton? This isn't a sponsorship. I'm I can't get sponsorships. I'm just yapping at this point. Um but yeah. Oh, here comes the gold tooth. Okay. I had kind of a hard time doing the teeth cuz I like in especially in this mouth shape, I never know where it goes, but I got there eventually, whatever. And rendering like gold and metal is always fun because I never do it right, but that's whatever. So just yeah. I hope that looks fine. I hope it looks okay. I think it looks fine. I think it looks good enough. Oh, and then I was trying to figure out if I should add the my not mine, I guess I shouldn't say that. The signature like cross on his head. I guess that's what it's called. Plus sign? I don't know. And because I always add it in my sketches and I always like how it looks, but I couldn't figure out how to implement it into like the rendering process without it looking weird. So I struggled with that for a little bit, but then finally I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. No, I don't. There's none. No plus sign. And yeah, I think it's okay. I think I could have rendered the top of the skull a little bit more because it kind of looks bald. Like I know he's bald. I'm aware he's bald. I'm not going to give him hair yet. But yeah. I yeah, he's bald. Like he's extra bald. I should have made the top of his head shiny. I think that would have been funny. His legs? Oh my god, his legs. The tail. Okay, I had so much fun rendering this. Genuinely. Like I tried to I tried to think back on how other people did it, and I was like, damn it. I actually don't know how to do this. So I like really reached into the recesses of my mind because I forgot that I could use references. Um and I landed on the like what you're about. There's a jump cut. I'm very sorry about the jump cut. My screen record decided to stop. So yeah, you don't get to see the rendering process of the tail. Haha, I'm just kidding. It made me mad. Anyway, rendering the fluff was like genuinely so like silly because I love how it came out. Like I love how it looks. Oh, and then I realized about well, once I finished rendering, like I was completely done that bit of fluff, and I realized I was rendering on the wrong layer. And I was very, very disappointed in myself, and it made me sad. And yeah, there was like, I cut it, but there was a good pause where I was just staring at it for a hot minute. Anyway, now I'm actually rendering it, and it's yeah. I still had fun rendering it though, because I don't know, I liked the way that they all kind of I just like the way the colors look. That's it. I don't have an explanation. I just like the way it looks. That is all. I don't have a thought process for this. I just like how it looks. And I like that it kind of looks fluffy because that's exactly what I was going for. I was going for it to look like he was drowning in the giant fluff. And then I had to, like, shadow where the fluff was so it kind of looked like it matched. So there's that. I think it added a little more depth to it. Made me happy. Yeah, the jump cut made me lose a good 10 minutes, so you didn't even get to see me fail at the second part of like rendering the fluff because I went to like group it because I forgot that the second fluff like wasn't behind his head and there was just yellow in front of his face and it was really funny, but you'll never get to see that. It'll live on as a memory forever. Sorry, I hit my iPad. I'm sorry. Anyway, I also like how the second one turned out because it looks incredibly fluffy and I like it. I like it. That is, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I think, yeah, okay, rendering the sweater was like that was a nightmare because heh, nightmare. Get it? Anyway, the yeah, the sweater was a nightmare because I kept accidentally making him look pregnant or bloated, and I was like, wait, shit, he's neither of those things. So, well, maybe he's a little bloated, but yeah. So it was a little difficult to render that. But it's okay. It's okay because I got there in the end. I think. I really hope. And I nearly forgot to add his gold chain because I liked the way it looked in the reference sheet, like in the original character sheet. He like there was a note and it was like he wears a gold chain under his hoodie, and I was like, yeah, okay. And it also says he wears rings, and I also agree with that statement, but I didn't want to draw hands, so he doesn't get the rings, but that's okay, cause they're there in spirit. I had to cut a bunch of like parts where I just froze while I was drawing because my like mame called me and stuff and it was really funny. And now we get into the coat. The coat, I dissociated so hard when I was doing the coat because it was a lot of the same color and I it was like oh my it was like 10 o'clock at night and I had stayed up until 2 in the morning the fall like the day before and I was beat. I wanted to go to bed, but I couldn't go to bed and I had a headache and it just sucked. It sucked overall, but I got there in the end. And you can't even tell that I was in incredible pain. You can't even tell. So, there's a plus. I kept trying to like free like hand it. Like I kept taking off the sketch and trying to render like that, and I was like, I actually don't know where the pockets are in this, so I'm gonna stop doing that. And I stopped doing that. Thankfully. So yeah, the coat was a nightmare, but I do like how it turned out. I really like how it turned out, and we're almost at my favorite part. We're almost at my favorite part, but not even. Well, the tail was my favorite part, but you didn't get to see that because the jump cut. I'm very sorry. But my second favorite part was the embroidery that I added. Oh, the gold? Okay, so for the gold trim, I added that because I always liked the fact that he was red and gold. I love that about his color palette. Red, gold, and black. Those are like the best colors to have, especially if you want to look edgy. Um, yeah, I did like that. So I added it. That's all. That's all. And I wanted to make his coat like incredibly big so it looked like he was drowning in it or nearly drowning in it because in my mind he's had that since forever. And yeah, I know a few friends who have fell as their favorite. He's not my favorite, but he's like definitely top 20 cuz he's top 15 actually, top 15 cuz I just like the way he looks. I think he's a funny guy. And Underverse definitely helped solidify my like for him. So, yippee. The pockets! The pockets! We get to the pockets! I made the pockets red to give them kind of like a like they were sewn on rather than they came like that because I don't know. I'm really into crocheting and I like to add aspects of crochet whenever I like crochet or embroidery whenever I get to. Um oh, if I redesign error, you're going to see a lot of that. But yeah, so I really tried to add stitching. I added a skull on his pocket. So, like, as a reference to his brother, I guess you could see it as that. But, yeah, I added it as a reference to that because I don't know. I thought it was sweet. And then yeah, that's really all. And then I tried to add the bone from earlier, and it ended up looking like a dick. So yeah, um, that's why it was my favorite part because I just stared at it for a good minute and I was like, it looks like a penis. He would have a penis on his jacket. So I gave him a penis on his jacket. I'm very sorry for that. Yeah. So, yeah. And now it's on to the shorts. The shorts were kind of tedious because the like just all the shades and my brush kept making them different shades. Like I got the right shade and then it would change it to be a different shade. And I think it's because I was like on a I don't know, something was happening with like the overlay or whatever, but that's okay. Whatever. I got through it. Power through. I added well, you can't see it right now, but I added kind of zipper bits on his shorts because I liked the thought of like jorts that zip up into um the like jeans. Like oh my god, excuse me. Have you seen the Bakugo jeans on TikTok? I like those make me so mad because it's like $200 Canadian. I'm Canadian, and like it makes me so mad because those better be the best fucking jeans I've owned. And I'm not buying them, but still, whatever. Um, I was inspired by that and like other zip up jeans because I want a pair of my own zip up jeans and I can't currently get a pair of my own zip up jeans because I don't know where to buy them. But whatever, it's whatever. The pockets I added okay because in his original design he has like just basketball shorts with a line down. I didn't want to do another line, so I just gave him cargo like pant things. That's yeah, that's my only reason for giving him cargo shorts. I will not take the cargo short slander. I love cargo shorts, and I love cargo pants, and I love cargo jeans, and I love cargo. Yeah, I worked on his shorts for a long time because again, I had a really bad headache from staring at my stupid iPad screen, and I just like couldn't figure out the colors because I couldn't see them. And then I added these like drawstrings with the gold zzz. I'm wearing shorts with the exact same thing except it's green and black. But yeah, I thought it was. I don't know. I thought it would look good. It would add a little pop or whatever. I don't know. But yeah. Now I just had the shoes to do. I don't know why I paused on that for so long, but now I just had the shoes to do. Except I continued to work on the jacket because I didn't like how it looks, even though it looked fine. Now I was doing the shoes. I'm watching the speed paint as I'm going over this. This is really funny. Um, his original design had yellow socks, and I realized that as I was like coloring them red, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make the like kind of edge red. Like you'll see what I mean in a minute. Or not red, like yellow. But I made the rest of the sock red because I don't know. I don't know. But I ended up making like kind of the foof at the top, like the fat part at the top, yellow. But it was more of like kind of like a sketchy yellow. Like you'll see in a second. I do it right now. Here, like this. I think it turned out okay. I think it like I was getting lazy at this point because I was getting lazy at this point because I like again I had a headache and it was 10 o'clock at night and I was tired for some reason because we had just gone to my grandma's and we'd eaten a lot of food. Shout out to my grandma, she makes the best food. Yeah. And then I was working on the shoes, and the shoes made me so mad because I like couldn't figure out how to do them. And it's like, yeah, I couldn't figure out what color I wanted them to be because I didn't want them to be red, but at the same time I knew they had to be red. So I made them like a different shade of red. It's more of a salmon. Sorry. And then I made the laces gold. I was originally going to do the same thing I did on the drawstrings, but I forgot because I was in pain. And then, yeah, so I did the shoelaces gold or whatever, and then I did the top trim kind of like a gold. And then I did the bottom of the shoes gold. And that's, yeah. For the shoes, I already explained this. I made them kind of like a winter Converse. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like the Converse boots. Just put a picture up on screen. It was, yeah, I don't know. My friend has them, so I took inspiration from that. But yeah, here we go. Oh, that's not a salmon. That's a maroon. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I lied. I lied to you. It's a maroon. Ish. Don't. Yeah, just don't. But yeah, so I made it that color, and I think it works pretty well because he's like wearing them all the time. He's in the snow. They're gonna be a little discolored. I, if I were to do anything different, I definitely would have made them more like used and not as kind of clean looking. But whatever. All's well that ends well, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the shoe rendering goes on for a long time. I think it's because I didn't really know what I was doing. Um, it's okay though, cause it's fun to look at. I think. Do you think this is fun to look at? Let me know. Interact with this video, pretty please. Um, the sorry, I keep hitting the microphone in my hand. I keep hitting the thing in my hand. How do I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, um, yeah. Sorry, I have to be somewhere in 20 minutes, and I'm kind of like looking between the clocks. Yeah, you get it. Um, so yeah, I have nothing to say about the shoe rendering. It's a shoe. I had a headache. I wanted to get it done, so it's kind of sloppy and probably not as good looking as the rest of the body, specifically the jacket. Oh my god, my voice cracked. I'm so sorry. Specifically the jacket or the fluff, but that's okay. You know, whatever. We're we're almost done. It was almost done. This video was originally like 2 hours long, 93 minutes. Well, I guess that's an hour and a half. Whatever. Um, and yeah, the I have nothing else to say really, except I probably could have done the shoes better. I would have definitely lessened the brightness of the shoelaces because I don't like how bright they are. I think they're maybe just a little too like poppy, you know? Poppy, like from Trolls. I'm so sorry, but I had almost forgotten his freaking chain in this. I was like looking over it. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I forgot his chain. And then I did it completely wrong the first time because it looked like ass. Because I tried to use a darker color instead of a lighter color. And then I was like, no, wait, why don't I just redo that entire thing and use a lighter color? Oh, I've been chewing on my lip. I'm getting a callus thing. Anyway, but yeah, so I did his chain. I think his chain looks good. I tried to add a sparkle and it didn't work. So I admired that for a little bit. And then I went back to the fucking shoes. I always go back to the shoes. But it's okay. It's whatever. Because I looked over it, made sure there weren't any good mistakes, and then I moved on to the headshot. The headshot was easy. Actually, it wasn't really that easy because I couldn't get it, um, like, the whatchamacallit? The same on both sides. English is my first language. I couldn't get it to look the same on both sides. And I also couldn't get his like skull rendering to look right. Cause right now it kind of looks like a you know, in I'm bringing up Hasbin and Helfboss again, where they've started blushing like where it's just a smear over their face. I hate that. I I don't like that. So I was trying not to get it like that, but I realized it was gonna be hidden behind eyes and shadows and yeah, so I stopped caring. But yeah, so then I started on the eyeballs. And the eyeballs were my biggest gripe because I was like, I knew what I was doing, but at the same time I didn't really know what I was doing, but it's whatever. I like how it came out. Well, I think it's okay. I could have done better. Again, I had a headache. I had been doing this for like 3 hours straight, but including that 10-minute window where we missed it because the freaking thing decided to stop. Sorry, I'm still mad about that. But yeah, I I needed an image, like not an image of him smiling, but I needed to like draw him smiling so that you'd be able to see the scar and all his teeth in full glory. Because I do believe in the sharp teeth supremacy. I believe in that. Sharp teeth or nothing. Sharp teeth or no teeth, guys. You only get one. But yeah, so yeah, this is just me rendering. I don't have much to say. I'm kind of just filling space at this point because we're almost done. But yeah, it was it was fun to redesign him. I liked adding like the little embroidery, and I loved doing his jacket. His jacket was so much fun. I love the tail. Gotta add tails more often, guys. It may look cringe to you. No. Yeah. So my verdict of this: add tails more often. If I made a killer redesign, I would give him a tail, even if it was just a little one. Actually, guys, I want to do this more often. I do want to redesign. I'm excited to do swap and classic, but I don't have really any ideas for what I'm gonna do with them, except I know I'm gonna make swap a muscular fella, because I need to do that more often. Because I realize I don't know how to draw muscles that well, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, I gotta do that. So, yeah, he's gonna be a muscular fella. He's gonna be big, but that's okay. And I'm gonna make classic fucking gargantuous. That's kind of mean. I don't mean that. He's gonna be like a teddy bear dude. I'm gonna make him. I'm turning him into a marketable plushie. I'm turning all of them into marketable plushies. If anyone has any ideas on how to make plushies, let me know. Um, but yeah, rendering his teeth. Rendering teeth is always fun. But oh, and then I got to his eyes. Okay, his eyes made me so mad because I didn't really know what I was doing, and again, I had a headache. So, oh, sorry about that. That was my alarm to, get my shit together. Yeah. So, yeah. That's it. Sorry, that's it. I have nothing else. I really have nothing else to add. The Yeah, I realized I had to shade underneath his nose, and that made me mad because I didn't know how to properly shade underneath his nose, but it's whatever. Then I did his scar. I love doing his scar. I think it's funny. Yes, it looks like a flesh scar. Raspberry, 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 raspberry. Okay, raspberry, raspberrying all over you. I'm blowing raspberries at you. Yep. Shout out if you know what that is. But yeah, I'm acting as if like that's not a well-known fact what a raspberry is. It's a it's when you stick out your tongue, you blow your tongue at someone. It's called raspberrying. You should all know this. But yeah, I really have nothing else to say on this. Um, I did the neck roll again, and I kind of like zoned out when I did this because I had a headache. Um, I'm gonna drive the point home that I had a headache like this entire video, and you cannot stop me. Cause you know what I have? A headache. But yeah, shaded under his neck. Did all that stuff, did all that jazz. I'm just narrating what's happening now. Um, but yeah, the sweater again. Really nothing else to say. His chibi's almost coming up. Again, I'm so mad at myself that I forgot to add his tail in the chibi version. But it's whatever, I suppose. Life goes on, and I didn't notice until this morning when I was watching the footage over again. So, the footage acting like this is like a documentary. When I rewatched the footage, I realized that he didn't have a tail. Very sorry. But, yeah. That's, yeah. Again, nothing more. Doing the necklace, the chain. Not a necklace. It's not a necklace. Did I add his eyebrows? Yes, I did. Sorry, I thought I didn't. It made me sad for a second. But yeah, his chibi self. I really got lazy with the chibi because I was like, this is just gonna be flat colors. I don't even care anymore. But yeah, again, had a headache, wanted to get this done. Um, but yeah. So I, this is about it. This is about the end of the speed paint thing. Just doing the chibi. I have nothing to say for this. Except for the fact that I was definitely incredibly lazy. Like, holy moly. Yeah. Not very proud of the chibi. I would have redone it, but I wanted to get it finished last night, so yeah. Sorry. Yeah, and then I just drove the penis joke home. So he has a penis on his jacket. Officially, he has a penis on his jacket in my design. And you know what? He's okay with that. And this is it. This is the finished product. This is it. I hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun, like, making this and designing it, and I really like how it came out. What are your thoughts on it? Comment down below what I should have done, what you like, what you dislike about it. Don't be mean. Don't be a jerk. Um, I'm still a person after all. But yeah, it's thank you for reaching the end of the video. I'm very happy that you sat through over 30 minutes of footage of me talking about this dumb little guy and this stupid redesign. This will be a 3-part series, but if this, I don't know, if it does well, I might do more. Comment down below who else you would want me to do. Once again, I'm already doing classic and swap, so yeah, do what you want to do, guys. Um, Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, all that jazz. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it would really help me into this becoming like a more often thing. Again, sorry this one is so long. I don't think the other ones will be as long, but don't quote me on that because you never know. You truly never know. Yeah, that's it. I don't have an outro yet. So my outro is just goodbye. Bye-bye.